Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Pudding Boys.
Pudding Boys.
Pudding Boys.
Pudding Boys.
Podcast.
Oh, demora, beta. I wanted to find some Gregorian chant, some actual Latin to start the PB off this week, but my
we're
laptop...
doing all that stuff, you know, we're doing all that ancient Roman...
I just felt like it was time, but my laptop won't connect to the internet, so I'm not going to do that. That's why you had budget demons and wizards there.
Yeah, they weren't... None of that was Latin, it was just O's and X's.
Miracoli. That was Morrissey. Punted bicycle. I've lost what I was doing. What am I doing?
A podcast.
Yes, there hasn't been anything. So the definition of the Pudding Boys, the description says the boys talk about something, ramble on about something usually nerdy, and then they do Numbers of the Beast, then they do Pudding of the Week. Nothing nerdy that interests me is happening right now.
Yeah, we've done a lot of Lego.
We've done too much Lego. That's still happening, but a long time.
We'll save them up.
We'll hold. The Elden Ring is great. That's what I'm still playing. I'm playing the Mario Kart DLC. The Mario Kart DLC... I could do a little about the Mario Kart DLC.
I haven't yet.
Okay.
So... Now, sell me, or don't, you know, whatever.
I'll sell you on it because it needs to be purchased.
Really?
If you go onto one of those sleazy websites like CD Keys, £16, part ways with £16, and they will give you the download code for stupid amount of tracks. 48 tracks, it doubles the amount of tracks in the game.
Okay.
Now, the first two cups, they're releasing them in sets of two. First two cups that we got Coconut Mall, which is fucking brilliant.
That's from
Wii.
Is it Wii?
Yeah, it's from Wii. We got Coconut Mall, which is fantastic. We got Choco Mountain, which is not as good as your brain thinks.
That's older.
That's N64.
Yeah.
I love Choco Mountain, but it's not
a good track.
Good. It's just Choco Mountain.
Fun.
It's called Choco Mountain, and that's fun. Choco Mountain. Blah, 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 and then you've got two Mario Kart tour tracks, and because I've never played that, they're quite new. It's the mobile one. The tracks are good.
Yeah,
they're genuinely good. But then you've got some shit. Then you got some shit. You got like Toad's, not Toad's Turnpike. That's already in it. You got like Toad Circuit, which is like the 3DS version of Mario Circuit.
Was that not on? Was that not on the DS one?
It's the DS. Yeah, I think it's the DS. But it's the basic one. Like, when you get started. However, Nintendo, I'm racing at 200cc. I don't need baby level now.
Yeah.
You know, people that buy the DLC...
You've got Baby Park, haven't you, on...
well, yeah, but
like,
you've got Mario Circuit, you've got Luigi Circuit, you've got Peach Circuit, you've got all the baby ones from all the games. Don't give me another one.
You don't need a
I don't need a my first Mario Kart level.
No.
So there's a little bit of that. The quality also is not as high. The graphics...
Not main game high.
Not main game. The graphics are a touch flat. It doesn't feel like there's much gliding. There's no underwater. There's no zero gravity. Not that I care that much about that because I'm just racing. I don't know. It's 33p per track.
That when you put it like that, that's okay.
Like I can't bitch and moan that much, but...
A cup is a coffee at Greg's.
Yeah.
And that's... fine.
Yeah, and that's a Greg's coffee, not coffee, not even a Costa.
Slap on them; they're pretty good. Like,
they are pretty good. But I'm just saying it's cheaper than a Costa. So do buy it, but I do worry that if the quality doesn't go up a little bit, we're going to look at diluting Mario Kart 8. And Mario Kart 8, do not get me wrong on this, is the best Mario Kart that has ever been made. The reason why there's no Mario Kart 9 is because...
It need to be.
Yeah, it doesn't matter that it's like a 10-year-old game. It's still fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Always went back to was it Double Dash, the cube one?
Yeah, I wasn't huge on that one because I felt it was slippy.
I got into that, but I think it's because that was the first one I properly got into.
I went real hard on
nostalgia.
DS. DS is my personal favourite, but it is not the best one. 8 is the best one.
8's superb.
Yeah. There has been a bit of a leak that Peach Gardens is coming, and that was a good track. Maple Forest. Peach Gardens has chain chomps, bouncing around the maze.
Yeah. Speaking of like a little bit unpolished and a little bit weird and kind of, I went back into Fallout 76. Yeah, because the whole game.
Is it bad?
Game Pass
is it as
thing.
bad?
I'm not having a bad time. I'm not.
Oh, you are, aren't you?
I did Halo Infinite. I had a fun blast through that. It's probably better than.
It's not going to be hard for it to be better than the last 2, is it?
You're getting back
4 and 5 are
you're getting back
They're actually
towards
bad.
3. 3 was the first 360 one, wasn't it? That was the
Yep.
Yeah.
And then ODST came out and was just.
Yeah, ODST really doesn't get
and
a
then
lot of.
Reach over-egged the pudding for me.
Yes.
I didn't think it was that
ODST doesn't
good.
get a lot of love. Reach gets quite a lot of
Reach
love.
gets a reach around.
Yeah.
Reach, it's amazing. I didn't care about any of the characters, and the story was bleak and boring.
Yeah.
I want to Master Chief.
Yeah, it was a
someone's
filler
face.
episode. It was it was the episode in a sitcom where you follow the other characters. Right? If it was the Gilmore Girls, you'd be watching a Lane heavy episode.
Oh yeah.
No, Halo was good, but I thought since it's on there, and I loved 4, loved New Vegas, loved 3, that I'm going to give it a whirl now that they've started. And it's not bad. It's not wildly beyond 4. Like, it's not like there's been some kind of huge leap forward.
No. Isn't it just 4 with microtransactions and multiplayer?
It's 4 with microtransactions and a bit jankier because
so I'm at the point now where I won't buy or play a game with them in.
See, I would never have bought it. No. And I think that's the thing I do like about Game Pass.
Yeah.
It's the thing I do like about it is you can dabble in things that otherwise you would have said, if I'm paying, I want the whole game.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I would have felt pretty silly a week after release when they were giving copies away if I had paid money for it.
£60 for this would have been a bad business
and that
deal.
Was, do you know the we were talking the other week about the Resident Evil house that was like toxic paint. The bag incident with Fallout 76.
The canvassy thing.
It was a plastic bag and not a canvas thing. And then so they gave the canvas bags out in the end, I think. But there was also like a collectible helmet with it.
Oh, the responders thingy.
No, it was Brotherhood of Steel helmet, I think.
Was it?
Yeah, full-size wearable. But you know, if you put it on your head, you got a rash.
Oh.
Yeah. Who's received life-size Brotherhood of Steel helmet and not immediately picked up a lightsaber and then put that on and, like, fan-fictioned around their house?
What, the Brotherhood were in Star Wars?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, fine.
You've made a cape out of a blanket.
If you write that we'll address that on the write that. We'll take an hour.
You say write that as if that's not what you would do instantly.
No, but write the story behind it, and we'll put it to the fans.
Oh right, I don't know. It would be erotic fan fiction if I did that.
Oh yeah, because you're gonna Winnie the Pooh it.
There'll be a ghoul.
there'll
be a ghoul somewhere.
There'll be a Brotherhood of Steel helmet, a cape, and little else.
I forgot about Winnie the Poohing things. Walking around, nothing on the bottom.
We were talking about that at the.
Yeah, we were at a stag do the other day, and someone mentioned Winnie the Poohing.
Yeah, when you wake up hungover.
Oh man.
Speaking of which, I almost got away with it. I got a bit of a latent one.
I didn't get away with it in the end. It was latent, but it was upsetting.
Was it?
Yeah.
I think the crafty McDonald's on the way home. By the way, the stag do finished. Like, we were in the car on the way home before midnight.
Yeah.
So we had a real good day. But
it was a lovely day.
Yeah, we started at appropriate time.
Yeah.
So we got our day in the day.
Yeah.
We weren't freezing our tits off in the middle of a town centre at 2 in the morning.
No, it was a gentleman's stag do. It was an easy ride through the day.
Gentleman's stag do.
Yes.
If we could paint you a word picture on this guy,
just imagine a gentleman.
Yeah.
And not like, I don't mean like a milady gentleman.
Yeah,
not like a fedora.
Kind of, yeah.
No, he's not wearing a fedora and is actually like an incel or something. He's...
Yeah, this guy has never addressed his friends as fellow brethren unless he's doing like D&D or something, and then it's, fun. But no, he's never gone on a forum and addressed them as fellow brethren. I
got away with your stag do because of the copious amounts of food.
Yeah.
And I got away with the stag do before because we had that plan.
The donut plan.
The donut plan. That was
like
where
the
Pudding Boys
Schlieffman
was
plan.
born, because we were eating donuts in the kitchen.
So no one threw them away.
And started going, Pudding Boys! Because we were drunk. But we were drinking the same Euro pop lager all
Moretti
day.
kind of thing, wasn't it?
It's Moretti.
Stable.
It's stable, yeah, stable. And we just did that.
This one, they played a bit of a blinder by opening. They had some, so they got some kegs in.
It was real ale, yeah, which was delicious, but it's
came
gonna get
back
me.
strong.
Gonna get me the next day.
But they opened the strong one early on.
Yeah,
and they kind of trickled down, and now they all tasted fantastic. You had like a bit of a mix of flavours.
Yeah,
a couple of rubies, a couple of
bouncing
pales.
around the different ones was nice as well.
It was until the morning afterwards, but like I think you've kind of lost that. We basically for the last few we haven't really finished the night with shots and
no.
And that's because we're getting picked up by one of our significant others, and the other one doesn't want to chunder in their car. Yeah,
definitely. But yeah, I thought I got away with it. In the middle of the night, I thought I was going to be sick. I don't vomit from drinking, because I drink beer, so full. I get full.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm a big hard man. I know I get too full to get that drunk, but somehow I did. And I thought it was going to happen, but it didn't. Got back to sleep. Then I woke up the next day feeling pretty okay, but then overdid it in a garden centre at lunch.
Didn't go real gentle for the morning.
No, I didn't go real gentle. I went heavy cream scone and a big ham hock.
Oh, ham hock's not a...
It wasn't sensible.
Bacon, obviously. I
had the bacon sandwich for breakfast.
I'm not like doling out any kind of words with bacon. That kind of thing is pretty good for hangover.
Yes, yeah.
Ham hock
was too much.
And
vintage cheddar was too much.
There's a lot of flavour going on.
It was. And so I just felt awful for the rest of the day from then on.
Just hot and sour.
Yeah. Yes. Hot and sour. Speaking of hot and sour, is it time to discuss what I have quoted you saying many times, the best Iron Maiden album ever?
Did I not say my favourite Iron Maiden album?
No, I think you've said it's the best.
I think I said favourite.
No, because you can't argue with someone about their favourite, and we've argued about
that was
this
the card
album.
I was trying to play.
Yeah.
I'm going to stick with my line.
Numbers of the Beast.
Welcome again to Numbers of the Beast, Pudding Boys audience. This segment of the show, Naylor and I have a good long listen to a classic album and rank each song on it out of 7 before averaging them out to create an album score and ranking them against the rest of that band's discography. Right now we are working our way through the vast catalogue of Iron Maiden, and this week it's Dance of Death.
Oh, we're getting pretty far.
I was bringing the chants back. We are very far in.
Iron Maiden do love these as the show openers, don't they? They kind of, yeah.
We're this is the 13th album. And is there only 16?
Under 17 now, isn't it?
Is Senjutsu 17 or Senjutsu 16?
No, you've got Matter of Life and Death.
Yep, that's 14.
The one with Eldorado on
15 is
Final
Frontier. Then Souls, then Senjutsu.
Souls,
then
Senjutsu.
Ho, ho, ho.
Yeah. We're definitely saying that wrong.
Yeah, do you know how we were talking a little bit about fatigue? I don't know if we mentioned on the PB, but we were both getting a little fatigued of Iron Maiden. I've now got Stockholm Syndrome, and I'm scared of the end.
Yeah.
We've got however many weeks left, but...
I mean, we're lucky that they parked a turd on the end for us, and we'll talk about that in a couple of weeks.
I don't know if it's going to be that bad now.
No,
I think I've built a better understanding of Iron Maiden.
I'm apprehensive about moving on, because it's going to... you did Halloween for yourself. Yeah. It's going to be tough not referencing back to Iron Maiden.
It's very difficult to switch onto a new band and not compare this band to that band. And we've discussed which bands we're going to do next. We'll keep it a top secret for now. But we know.
Everyone's like twitching and waiting.
Oh yeah, they're sitting on their thumbs waiting for this. Let's just start, because Dance of Death... In fact, before we start... Dance of Death's problem, and yes, it is problem.
Careful.
Dance of Death's problem is that it's trying to be Seventh Son of a Seventh Son at the same time as trying to be Brave New World. It's trying to have punchier songs than Brave New World, but as much depth
More
as earlier Maiden.
ethereal. Yeah.
Because Brave New World, as we said last week, is fucking phenomenal. However, it is not the I'm so smart Iron Maiden. It's quite on the nose and quite punchy, very poetic in its lyrics, but its lyrics,
Well, musically, you get a bit of a journey, but it
is poppy and punchy and accessible.
Yeah, you don't get a lot of songs that drift off into.
But the topics for the songs as well aren't that deep.
Yeah, this gets a lot heavier.
This gets a lot heavier in terms of topic depth. It goes real old school Maiden. But I think at the same time, it's also got tracks, and I can see where they're going, and I can see they're trying to get like a balance here, but it doesn't seem like a balance to me. To me, it seems like it's fighting. It's clashing.
It's the opposite of clashing.
It's no. It is a clash to me. It is a clash.
But what did you think to Wildest Dreams?
Right.
Careful now.
No. So Wildest Dreams, I've listened to in this past week. I've listened to this album an awful lot.
So for Blore, that means like twice, maybe 3 times.
I'm Blore, he's Naylor. I think we forgot to do that again. Wildest Dreams, I have given a 4. And I would like to give it a 2. I'm not changing it because, as we've said before, we're not trying to say just what we feel about it. We're trying to say how good the song is with a little spice of how we feel about it on top. Because obviously, it's music, it's subjective. Subjective?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, music is objective. It's good or it's bad.
But I don't like Wildest Dreams. I think it's dumb. I like the start, that 1, 2, 3, 4. That's cool.
Do you know?
But I don't like. There's something about it that I think is
very
cheap.
Modern Maiden. I'll give you. It's very, and in the worst sense of modern Maiden.
It's the same reason I don't like Writing on the Wall, I think. But we'll get into that in a few weeks' time. And maybe I will like Writing on the Wall after I've listened to it again.
I softened on that one after listening to it. Well, I was going to go a 6.
That's very high.
It's a real fun song for me. It's not as good as The Wicker Man, but it gives me the same vibe.
It's not as good. It doesn't. No, I really disagree with you. It's not as good as anything on Brave New World.
And they did it, didn't they, on the early tours?
Yes, they did. They did Wildest Dreams and Rainmaker very early on.
Wildest Dreams they were opening with for a bit, and that coming out off the back of the Doctor, please, that they've always done. Yeah, Wildest Dreams for me, it's a big 6. It's a big, strong start to the album.
I think it's a bad song, and I think even if you don't think it's a bad song, you can't justify a 6.
I can.
I really can't. Now, I say that, but Moonchild is a 6.
Yeah, but it's a different kind of 6.
Hold on.
You're not coming to those two songs for the same fix.
Moonchild!
Yeah, but as a
6.
chorus, this one, it's nothing fancy, it's nothing clever.
Yeah,
but again, it comes back to
it's
that
a completely different type
pulling
of
in
song.
the crowd. It's an opening song out of the track. Especially, you've got to think at this point.
Because I've got things like 2 minutes to midnight as a 6.
Yeah, well, you got that wrong.
I think you also put that as a 6 as well.
This is much better than Remember Tomorrow.
No, it's not. Remember Tomorrow has depth and it's interesting.
Why did you give Rainmaker?
Now, because I'm a hypocrite, I gave it a 6. Because it's exactly the same as Wildest Dreams, but for some reason I really like it.
I bumped it up a little. I gave it a 7 because I love that intro.
It's not a 7 though.
Much.
It's not a 7.
It is.
It's because it's a basic bitch track.
It's one of the first.
There's
things,
nothing to it.
It's one of the first nice sounding things that I learned to play on guitar.
Yeah.
You know that.
It's a very cool riff.
That was one of the things that taught me to play cleanly.
Can't stop the rain. They tell
Rainmaker's it's a silly, fun bop, but
it's everything I think they were also aiming for with Wildest Dreams. But I feel like they nailed it with Rainmaker and they didn't with Wildest Dreams.
I agree. That's why it's 7 and Wildest Dreams is a 6.
No, that's why it's a 6 and Wildest Dreams is a 4.
Coming out the traps at the start of an album, the rest of the album seems a lot of fun because these set the precedent. And then you move to No More Lies, which is...
Sorry, no.
What did you... Was that you?
That was me knocking this. It won't have picked it up.
No.
But this is, to me, when it goes into No More Lies and Montségur, this is where the album starts falling apart, and it's like being on a fairground ride. it's pulling you in different directions too much.
Fuck you.
No, the album
so
doesn't
hard.
have an identity. It's got an identity crisis.
It's not. It's trying
to be Old Maiden and New Maiden at the same time.
Sound the same.
No, I know that.
That's why it's
an album. I like some cohesion, and I feel there is no cohesion in this album. It is not a bad album, and I guarantee it'll get quite a high PB score because there's so many great tracks on here.
It up there.
But this album does have faults, and it is an identity crisis.
This album feels a bit to me like its own best of. It feels like they've picked each song on its own. It's not because it sounded like the others.
Yeah, but I don't think they've arranged them very well then, if that's the case.
I don't know. I think this feels more like a set list to me. So No More Lies, you get the bit of the drop. After the first two big songs.
Gaps between it doesn't just finish one song into the next, so maybe it's less of a
less jarring, yeah. Just I think like Wildest Dreams Rainmaker, you got the big hit at the start, that's your band comes storming out over the monitors, and then you go into No More Lies, which is a stonking 7. It is a really
No More Lies, I gave a 6 really early in the week, and then
you've knocked it down.
I've knocked it down to a 5. It's good, and it's got a really cool riff. It's got kind of a cool chorus. I know it's just No More Lies over and over again, but this is the epitome of it doesn't fucking end, and it's not its own fault. It's kind of long. It's like 7.5 minutes, but Rainmaker's like 3 minutes long.
The first two are shorter than No More Lies.
It makes No More Lies feel really long.
See, I like it after the first two because they're so high energy.
It's not complicated enough to earn that length.
I've given it, and I think I'll be perfectly honest here. I was softer on this album than I was on Brave New World. I was actively mean to Brave New World. It still came out as a fucking 6.5.
Yeah, because it's so fucking good.
I gave it a 7. I could see a good argue for anything from 5 up.
Yeah. If someone calls it a 4, no.
No, it's better.
Because it's arguably really, really good.
But, yeah.
Yeah.
Montsegur, however.
Montsegur is one of the best Iron Maiden songs they've ever written.
Fucking finally. You finally got it. It's taken 13
Montsegur. Now, the thing, Montsegur musically is fantastic. It's
quite different.
But that chorus, wow. It's Maiden doing an actual chorus, and they haven't done that in a while, because most of their choruses for the past few albums have been the title screamed at you. But the content, so you like history more than I like history. I'm more into prehistory, and when I do dip my toe into the history of the human race, I dip it into BC, and quite a long time before Christ. We're talking like like Mesopotamia
and kind of
I do enjoy the ancient world. This isn't that. This is my other thing that I really like and gets me a little interested. This is Pope being naughty. The Catholics have done some real bad shit, and this is one of the baddest.
We'll do a PB on that, but yeah.
This is one of the baddest shits they've done. This is like when you get into reading about
what
this.
I fucking love about it? That they, obviously they went heavier with the song, but the subject matter.
It's very tasteful.
It's well handled, but it's quite dark.
This is one of the low points in human history.
This is probably pound for pound. This gets maybe a little bit darker than the First World War kind of stuff that they cover.
Maybe
they tend to shy away from some of the really nasty.
Yeah, Maiden don't sing about the Holocaust.
No, they tend to.
I think it would be a bit too difficult to address it.
Tastefully,
yes.
Yeah, they tend to stick to the grand idea of battle.
Yeah. This is
this gets dark.
This gets dark. I mean, it even covers the Cathars.
Yeah.
So the Pope wanted to kill them all, and the Catholics that were there defending them just kill them all, and the ones that surrendered round up, burn them at the stake afterwards. Like 400 odd people burnt at the stake at the same time.
The idea of heresy is
horrendous.
Really everyone thinks that you again, big knights on horseback kind of. This isn't. This is the epitome of killing the women and children after you've killed all the dudes trying to defend them.
This is salt the earth.
Because they think the wrong thing, and you can't police thought, so we just get rid of them.
And they don't. They didn't even think that much different. But let's not get...
No.
We're not historians, and we're certainly not
one of us
Oh,
is
you are a
historian.
Theologians?
Yeah. I don't theology.
Yeah.
But, we're not a history podcast because I don't want to do that much research on a Friday night.
I'm not serious or sensitive enough to even begin to tackle the topic. You'd need a long preparation for this. And I don't want to spout out a load of nonsense that's not true, which I might fall into if I was, if I was just going off the cuff about something like this.
It's a banging 7.
Is a slapping 7. It's perfect. It's the epitome. This is not just a 7. Do you know how some of them sneak into 7?
Yeah, this is a
roaring 7. Yeah. It's fantastic. What about Dance of Death?
Another 7. This, No More Lies, I could see the argument for marking down quite reasonably. I marked it up, I think, because I just like it.
Yeah. Dance
of Death, on the other hand, is No More Lies done very well. It's the musical journey on this album. It's that track, but it goes all over the place, but coherently.
Yeah.
It is a proper signposted journey.
So
it's also a campfire story.
Yeah, so it's very hard. I was looking into what other people thought about, like, what it's about, because it mentions, like, the Everglades off the cuff and things like that. So it's like South America. And so there's people saying, like, oh, he actually went to hell. Some people are saying, no, it's like a voodoo ritual. It doesn't matter. It's a fun story. And it's what do you call it? It's not on the nose, There's a little bit of umming and ahhing around what it could be about. I like that.
It is. It's the epitome of old-timey campfire story.
Yeah.
He sat there, pulls his guitar out from behind his pack.
Yeah.
And gathers everyone round, and the fire's starting to burn down. You can picture it as he's fucking singing, and that's why I love this song so much.
No, I absolutely love it. We had a bit of a disagreement about the very last line. I still don't think it ends correctly. The last lyric. We had a disagreement. Do you not remember this disagreement?
Yes, I remember it. I'm trying to remember how you got it so wrong. Cause
I can't remember. Do you know what? I can't remember.
I'll never go dancing no more till I dance with the dead.
Yes, and it's not that I can't get the lyrics.
But you're better at writing lyrics than Bruce Dickinson.
Yeah, obviously.
History has taught us that you are, in fact.
I just feel like it might. I think I wanted it to say, or my brain every time I listen to it wants him to say, "Until I dance with them there."
But where? We've just established he doesn't even fucking know where he is.
No,
God, they are the dead. He knows they're dead.
I know. Right, we're not.
This is why the band failed. Because you were writing the lyrics.
I was doing real good at that by the end of it. There's some good slappers.
Mine, to be fair.
I gave Dance of Death 7. It is a 7. Yeah. I feel it definitely sneaks into 7 more than, say, Monsegur. I do think it's incredible, but and it's this album's Rime of the Ancient Mariner, but it is not Rime of the Ancient Mariner.
Yeah, it's my Ghost of the Navigator on this one.
Really?
A little bit of a story, a little bit.
I think it's just as good as Ghost of the Navigator.
Yeah, and I think that's right.
Yeah.
What about Gates Tomorrow?
This song has an identity crisis. It starts off being really old school Maiden, and then it starts being new Maiden during the chorus, and I do like it. However, I gave it a 4.
I gave it and I think
it's
what
good.
You've just
4
said
is still a decent track.
I think what you've just said is why I loved it so much.
Because it's just like, whoa, what's going on?
It's like almost you kind of walking in and out of the room while you're listening to Rock and Rio.
There's like a couple of different songs playing at the same time. That's what Gates of Tomorrow is.
Yeah. No, that's not a bad assessment. But actually, I think that, especially if something like that, Monsegur gets real heavy, Dance of Death gets real deep and meandering.
Yeah.
And Gates of Tomorrow I think it needed that, the high energy slap at the start.
The intro makes it interesting.
Yes, 100%.
It does. What did you give it?
6.
I don't disagree with that. Maybe I was a bit too harsh with the 4.
Middling on a 5 would probably be fair.
That's the glory
of the PB ranking, it'll be out at a 5, and I think that's fine. That's not bad.
New Frontier?
5.
I give it a 3. I thought it was a bit boring. Is this the one Nico McBrain wrote?
Yeah, I
feel bad. He's only done one.
I kind of find the lyrics actually quite interesting on this one. It's about cloning, isn't it? And
no, I thought New Frontier was about his discovery of because he got into the church quite late in life.
I think so. But he's about,
he's against cloning and
stem cells. It's basically because the whole thing about
Dolly the sheep, isn't it?
Yeah, creating like a Frankenstein human.
Yeah.
I thought it was, and it's a
cool.
fun song. It powers along.
Maybe I was too
I
harsh.
think we
I'm
were a bit
sorry,
mean on
Nico.
this. Again,
we
out,
don't change.
Averaging out at a 4 for the PB score.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem unreasonable. I think
No,
you're
it
a bit of a dick, but you can explain that to Nico.
I feel like
Nico
should write some more because it does. It's interesting that he doesn't. I wonder why.
Probably just drummer.
He probably. This is the thing. He might not be credited, but I guarantee you, he wrote every single drum beat to every song, and that's kind of annoying. Drummers don't get credited for that, but no one else is writing the drums.
Yeah. Slapping it on the table doesn't count as writing the drums, as we found out.
I want it to go like this.
You know that thing where you kick both of them really quickly?
Yeah. Can you do a blast beat? That's what we used to say. Can you play blast beats over this bit?
That's because we were trying to drown out the rest of the band.
Passchendaele.
It's a 7.
It's
a 7.
It's an overrated 7.
It's not overrated.
It is.
It's not.
Because I'm not a 14-year-old boy. The intro doesn't impress me that much.
It
don't impress me
It's
much.
not about the intro, you Shania Twain loving shitlord.
Shania Twain wouldn't write something so overrated.
Passchendaele.
It's good. It's very good. It's very cool.
Well handled.
I like it.
Glory
fine.
of War. It's them doing Glory of War, but not Glory of War.
Yeah.
And you obviously just don't understand subtlety and nuance.
There is now. This is the thing.
Bulldog.
If you put this in with anything Sabaton have done, this might show them the idea of what nuance is. Like it's not. Like it's
fair point, well made.
Yeah, with like in the background.
This is the opposite end of the spectrum.
Yes, it is nice. It's very nice. I do like it. I think I went through a long period of time where everyone was like, "Oh, have you heard Passchendaele?"
I think the thing with Passchendaele, and we'll get to it when we do Empire of the Clouds, it's that re-energizing halfway through. You know, when you get the kind of da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah, it does have that. It's got a really nice what would you call it? Like a refrain or something? It's very nice. It is very nice.
Face in the Sand.
I give it a 4. It's pretty good.
I give it a 5. I quite like fun.
It. Yeah.
I think I like it more because it's on this album, and I'm already in a good mood by this point.
Yeah. It's fine.
I'm not going back to it outside the album, probably, if I'm perfectly honest.
No, you're not. And you're certainly not going back to it and the next track.
Age of Innocence is a 3.
It is a 3. It's the epitome of a 3. There's nothing wrong with it.
It didn't need to be there.
Do you know what? It's hurting the album by being here.
Numbers of the Beast has proven
it's long now.
8 tracks is a real sweet spot.
Well, it's proved don't put filler in your albums. Yeah. I don't care if there is only 6 tracks on your album, as long as they're fucking bangers.
I'd rather pay for an hour than an hour and 10 minutes, but 10 minutes I skip.
Yeah. I actively, and some people would say, oh, well, wouldn't you rather have this track as well? No,
because it's in the way.
And this is why things like we don't do bonus tracks and B-sides and stuff as part of this, because most of the time there's a reason why the bonus tracks and B-sides. This is a B-side.
They didn't look at them and think good enough for the album.
Yeah.
And the after the B-side seems to have died.
Yeah.
Because now obviously you don't have records, you don't really buy singles. No one's really buying singles.
No, not many
sound
people
off in the comments if you are buying singles, but nobody's buying singles.
Yeah.
So you don't have B-sides, so if they write it and they want to get it out there, they have to put it on the album.
Do you know what was a slapper of a B-side? Skyfall. So Skyfall released as a single edit, so it was much shorter. It was like 12 minutes instead of 17. That's ridiculous.
I know, it doesn't feel like it though.
They did a B-side where, because it's all 3 singers singing that song, Halloween this is.
Oh, well, they
did a B-side where they shuffle them round, and it's really cool, and that's actually my favourite version of the song. What made it cool was you got to listen to the entire Skyfall, because up until the single, actually physical single released, you only got to hear the single edit. So you got to listen to the entire version before the album came out, and it's better. And it's better for one line. There's a line in the normal song, in the real song, where Andy Derris says, now I'm strapped to the table, they're poking my eyes. And he said, he puts his nasally Derris voice on, and I love him. He's my favourite singer of all time. Kai does it.
That's perfect.
Now I am strapped to this table, they're poking my eyes. And it's like, oh my God, they're actually poking his eyes, because Kai sounds like someone's poking him in the eye all the time. We
said it the other week. Genuinely wouldn't mind hearing some of the guitarists having a go at each other's bits.
Yeah.
Not like it. Fucking hell.
So we...
I have made a secret album. That's it. We're done.
No,
Sorry.
Yannick, don't touch me there.
Oh god, no! Like just like we were saying about the styles the other day.
Because they have such differing styles, it'd be cool.
What about Journeyman? Let's wrap this off.
I gave it a 6 because I think it's really cool.
I give it a 5 because it is, and do you know what? They play it live. Well, they did play it live around the time of the tour.
Yeah,
and it fucking works.
it's very cool. What's your total score before this? This is a long Numbers of the Beast. It is a long album.
65.
Mine 56. Flipped, but I think that might be the biggest difference yet.
Probably. That's going to middle out quite nicely.
So my average comes out at 5.9.
No, it doesn't.
56 divided by 11.
Yeah. 65 divided by 11 comes out at 5.9.
Equals 5.9. 5.09.
5.09?
Yeah, that's what I said, isn't it?
No, you said 5.9.
Oh, sorry.
Guess which one of us has some kind of degree in maths?
I thought I said 5.09.
Fucking hell.
I'm going to cut that bit. No, I won't. I'll leave it in.
I'm going to tell everyone that listens. I'm going to go in the comment section. I'm going to type this out verbatim.
Tell me all of history. Yeah, okay, well, fuck you.
What's 5.9 plus 5.1? Because
is that what yours came out at? No.
Mine's 5.9. You rounded up would be 5.1. Whatever you do. Well, it's stupid.
Well, you do 5.09
Yeah.
plus 5.9. Is yours 5.90?
Yeah.
Is it on the nose? Plus 5.9.
Oh, no, it'd be 5.91 actually.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It's 11. That's very good. That's a very good score. So, let me feed this into the Numbers of the Beast machine. Oh, no.
Is it second?
No, I don't know what we do in this situation.
Is it drawing?
It draws with Power Slave.
That doesn't feel wrong.
It doesn't feel wrong. Do we have 2 number 3s?
We're going to have to.
Or does it go number 4 or does it go number 3? I don't understand.
No, they've got to be equal 3s, otherwise we're going to get...
They do have to be equal 3s.
What's number 2 then? Seventh Son?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's shorter.
It's shorter and it's better.
If they'd cut some of the spare, if they'd cut Age of Innocence...
Yeah. Do you know what, though? You have given... Let me see, because I think I've got your score for Seventh Son written down. Your average for Seventh Son was 5.65.
Yeah.
And what was your average for this one? 5.9. So it's not that different.
No.
So it's me. Do you know what? It's me that's pulling
this down.
Dance of Death down, isn't it?
Do you know what? Age of Innocence costs it.
Yeah. I don't feel... Well, New Frontier as well, a little bit.
Yeah, if they'd have picked the best 8 songs.
Yeah.
Or 9 songs.
If they picked the best 8 songs, it would have been really good.
It would have been pushing Brave New World.
I've got a bit of a...
Brave New World, 8.
Seventh Son gets me turgid now. Brave New World.
Yeah, it's 8 or 9 songs.
It's 10 songs, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
And if they cut the thin line between love and hate...
Oh, fuck you, that's a 7. Brave New World is so far in the lead that it's not funny.
Can we have some pudding now? Because I'm sick of you getting this wrong.
Pudding of the Week.
Hello, welcome back, fellows. It is I, thomaslethbridge.
Sounds like you're fresh from the freezer, Thomas.
I'm fresh from the grave. And I have I've not been in the grave, I've been in the radiator. Once again here to bring you Pudding of the Week, the segment of the show where we learn a little about a delicious dessert from around the globe and Naylor ranks it on a scale of his choosing. This week's pudding is not to be confused with a little pastry topped with icing and a cherry. This is the real Bakewell tart. Developed as a variant of the Bakewell pudding in the 20th century, although the terms Bakewell tart and pudding, they're used interchangeably, each name refers to a specific recipe. The tart is closely associated with the town of Bakewell in Derbyshire, obviously, and if you go there and get one, you're going to have a good time. I've been there, many times in the past couple of 100 years, and every time it gets better.
There's a picture of you in some kind of uniform under the picture of Adrian Edmondson buying one from that shop. I did wonder, but there was a lot less blood on him.
I have been everywhere and anywhere. A cherry Bakewell, also known as the Bakewell cake, is the version of the tart where the frangipan is covered with a fondant and a single half glacier cherry. So they are very close, but one's a little spongier, a little...
One's better.
The tart is a little bit better. Now,
one goes better with custard.
I spy that Blore has a squash here, and it's distinctly lacking in any kind of blood or spittle, so I'm just going to...
We should probably start mixing your squash with corsadil just to try and sort of sort your gums out of it. And whatever TB medicine is. 2 different orifices.
You don't cure TB, you relish it. Farewell, boys! Thomas is getting a little strange. Now I've got this...
Getting.
Yeah, I think when he unfolded himself from a car engine, is that what he did?
He's done all kinds of
He
weird
arrived
shit
in a Jaguar once, and then the week after was in a horse and cart.
In a horse?
Yeah. He's... Do you know what? I feel like because we're on the second story now, he has no choice but to like apparate rather than show up in a different vehicle. So what we've got here is like a slice of the Bakewell tart. It's more cakey than it is pastry, but I'm fucking fine with that because pastry's not as good as cake.
No,
fight me.
That's quite fair.
Yeah. Oh, it's a bit dry though. It's good.
I've got quite a nice moist one. Like quite
really?
Like suety almost kind of texture.
I feel like it needs custard.
It gets better with like warm Bakewell tart with custard. Well,
If this was
get
warm,
you
it'd
the
be-
distance.
Yeah. Yeah, this would...
That's big pudding.
Yeah. Yeah, if this had custard on it, I think we would be talking like goat. One of the goats. Oh, do you know what, though? It wouldn't stand up to like cornflake tart with custard on.
We've got... We'll pick up... I mean, I don't think this is... Maybe around Easter.
Yeah.
I've got something that I want to do for puddings.
Oh, yeah?
And, yeah, you're going to get all over that.
Okay, so you're going to do the pudding of the week?
We're going to do the pudding of the week. It's going to be a bit of an event.
Okay. So you're going to try and tell Thomas about this?
I'm going to summon Thomas. I've got my ritual space set up.
Oh, wow.
Like, there's a little wood behind our house.
Yeah.
I felled a couple of trees.
Is Thomas going to sound suspiciously different in that week?
I think he is. He's going to sound a bit like... A bit lower.
After you've
muffled
summoned him,
yeah.
he might have a little bit of your twang to his voice.
Well, I suppose he's channeling himself through us, isn't he? Like,
In a way.
in a way. You know, like how they always say, like the ghost doesn't follow the house.
I feel like I lose a couple of days of my life every time he appears.
Yeah,
he's
got to get that essence from somewhere.
And as we mentioned a few weeks ago, where his coating, I think we decided to call it, was chipping or flaking. It's not anymore. He looks flush and lustrous, so something is happening.
I'll post you all over my tablet.
I'm alright with that. That doesn't bother me in the
I'll
slightest.
just get that out from the pins.
What scale are we talking about for this bad boy?
Okay, so if we're talking about powerful puddings, and I was reading something. I was going to get into this today, but I thought it'd be really boring, and it doesn't affect either of us anyway. So Apple have started building their own chips.
The company?
Yeah, they fell out with Intel and decided to start building their own chips. They do it for the iPhone and all that anyway, so they know what they're doing.
I thought Samsung did their chips.
No, they do loads of the other bits, on the
right.
screens and that kind of thing. I don't know who physically I think it's Apple do the chips in-house. Because they can afford to, fucking hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they've started doing their own desktop processors now as well. So they started out with something called the M1. It's not far off like an ARM chip, I think, for Windows, kind of. And they started spanning out, so they went to the M1 Pro, then they went to the M1 Max.
Yeah.
It's Apple, so they've got weird and confusing names and no real clear distinction in what's the difference.
Yeah. This is, this is very boring.
That's why I didn't go in on the thing that they've done.
So he didn't go that hard on it.
They've done something called the M1 Ultra.
Yeah.
Basically, two Maxes like soldered together or something. I don't fucking know.
Hold on, you're telling me you're rating this on Apple's chipsets? Okay.
And this is like, so obviously they're all, you know what the adverts are like. They'll tell you it's like
someone
what
dancing.
kind of, like, what Pixar animation you're doing in 8K while you dance around your studio doing art.
Yeah.
I don't know.
In your, like, hipster glasses with a fixie bike on the wall and plants growing out of it.
You've got a floppy fucking jumper on.
Yeah.
And like,
you got a big found jumper.
That probably cost like $200 or whatever stupid currency they use. Anyway.
Apple money. V-Bucks.
Fucking hell. I'm going to go in with your sort of stance on this. You know, you said, depending on which one you get, could be around the goat.
You reckon?
If you get a real good, if you go
so
to
this
the
could be one of their big. What's their big chip then? What is it? You got to actually rank it on the scale you picked.
Ultra is the big dick chip. Apparently, like, they're trying to sell it as the fastest thing in the world at the minute. I'm not boring enough to look at the spec. I am boring enough to look at the specs. But I'm going to put
I think you've proven that just a second ago.
Fucking hell, I know. But you get a real good Bakewell tart with some kind of high-end accompaniment.
Yeah, if you get one of those fancy vanilla custards.
If you go to the Bakewell tart shop in Bakewell.
We've mentioned that before.
Yeah. If you get one of theirs and have it fresh, warm, with the appropriate accompaniment, you're going to struggle to top that as a pudding.
Yeah. See, I wasn't sure whether you would be a little fanny about almonds.
Almonds are fine. Almonds are delicious. It's just fucking
because we've mentioned peanuts before, and you look ill when I mention the word peanut.
It's just fucking peanut. I don't know what it is about them. Probably because they taste like dog shit, but...
You're a tortured soul.
But yeah, Bakewell tart, big hitter, Dance of Death, great album.
Yeah, apparently so. I still don't feel...
And what do we talk about
I would
earlier?
be... You know what?
Mario Kart, inexpensive.
Yeah, Mario Kart, inexpensive. Numbers of the Beast next week will be a matter of life and death, if you fancy listening along with us. It will be the first time I think I'm listening to it in full.
Really?
Yeah, I just wasn't interested in Iron Maiden at the time.
It was a weird age for us.
It was a very strange age. I was really into Demons and Wizards, really into Halloween. I was really into, I wouldn't say like Hammerfall level power metal. I was really into like Insania and Heavenly and
Euro
Intense.
Metal more than...
Euro metal, yeah. Not all... It wasn't about early Primal Fear. It wasn't Dragons and Mountains. It was
Formula 1.
It was Formula 1 racing, and it was just anything
like cool
where...
guy stuff.
Yeah, it's really, really strange. And I was into a really obscure subset of European power metal that I feel like doesn't get enough attention because everyone thinks of dragons and long hair and silliness when actually Ralph Sheepers was trying to tell you about the greed of man in silver and gold and Formula 1 racing in Formula 1 and how cats have 9 lives. That album is fucking brilliant. Primal Fear. Huh.
I don't think anyone else will put up with us doing Numbers of the Beast on that, but
no,
I would
because
be all
every
over
week I'd just be going, Formula 1, the clash against some highest level.
I don't think either of us are getting that high.
No, we can't do that. So where can you find the Pudding Boys? We are available on the YouTube channel, Pudding Boys. Subscribe, leave a comment. We can also be found on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. Spotify. Audible, Amazon Music, and Google Podcasts.
Remember, on time on Google Podcasts now as well.
It is. It's getting good.
Every week. It's getting good Wednesday.
Remember to subscribe, follow, auto-download, or whatever it's called on your platform so you don't miss an episode. Also, if it's an option... Oh, there we go. That's what I was writing. Also, if it's an option on your platform, give it a glowing review. Do it. Stop pissing around with it and do it.
I'm going to go back and play...
forceful with it now.
I'm going to go back and play Vice City because listening to you just then felt like driving around in my
I thought you were going to say I'm going to go back and rank it 1 star now out of spite. We're also on Instagram and Facebook, which is a fun place to check out the sometimes strange piece of artwork I create for every episode. Toodaloo, cheerio, pip pip. Bye.